Meanwhile, the River State Commissioner for Information, Joe Johnson, says the 7-day ultimatum issued by the Martin Amihula-led Assembly demanding that Governor Fubara present the 2024 state budget to them holds no validity. Speaking on Nigerian 4FM's Morning Crossfire, Mr. Johnson said the state government does not recognize the Amihula-led Assembly since their defection to the APC.
The authentic speaker known to law by the judgment of a court is Right Honorable Victor Kojombo. Martin Amewule is just grandstanding. There is a subsequent judgment that says stop parading. That's the court. They know that they do not belong to that house. The House of Assembly, which is its own jurisdiction, had gone to appeal the judgment. The subject matter that took them to court is still there. The only thing was that it went to the wrong altar. Court even helped the matter by saying this matter, though went to the wrong place, the right place for it to go to is Federal High Court. It didn't say Amewule has been reinstated as a member. It didn't also say that they're members of the House.
Mr. Johnson also spoke of the position of the state government regarding the ruling of Justice James Omotosho, which the Amihula-led lawmakers are relying on.
When we appeared before Mr. President on the 18th of December, part of the 8-point agenda was go and withdraw all cases in court. The governor came back here and we withdrew all our cases, including that case. But rather than the judge, who ordinarily gotten our own part of the brief withdrawn, rather than follow it, he passed judgment on a matter that was not defended. But the only thing that judgment they are holding is doing for us is that in that judgment, Martins and 24 or 27 of them swore to depose an affidavit that they were members of APC.
Now, on the continued police barricade at the 23 Council Secretariat, Mr. Johnson noted that the appeal court has ruled out any possibility of tenure elongation for local government.
The Nigerian police, I must say with all sense of decency, that they have not been very strict in my opinion. They say they are waiting for Court of Appeal to give judgment. Yesterday, Court of Appeal gave judgment that tenure elongation was alien to our constitution. That judgment was delivered, is everywhere, yet the police is looking the other way because there is an interest that they are protecting. I want to ask the Nigerian police to be professional.
Also reacting to the ultimatum given to Governor Fubara by the Amihula-led Assembly, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) cautioned the Martin Amihula-led Assembly against causing a political crisis in the state. In a statement issued on Wednesday, PDP spokesperson Debo Ologunagba asked the lawmakers to desist from actions and utterances that are capable of disrupting peace and governance in Rivers State. The party counsels the former lawmakers to wake up to the reality that they are no longer members of the Rivers State House of Assembly by virtue of the self-executory provision of Section 109, subsection 1G of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, and as such cannot gather or issue any notice to the state governor in the capacity of members of River State House of Assembly. The PDP asked the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Wetoku, to note the subversive action of these former lawmakers and take immediate action to protect the institutions of democracy, peace and security in River State. And now the Rivers State chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, Alex Agwanwa, says local government staff are working under challenging conditions due to the continued police barricades at the council secretariat. Mr. Agwanwa, in an interview with correspondent Makoto, said the union is still evaluating the situation to determine their next line of action and urged members to remain peaceful. Recall that the organized labor in River State had issued a 4-day ultimatum for police to leave the secretariat or face a protest, but the protest was called off over alleged plans by suspected political thugs to infiltrate them. Our correspondent could not reach the River State Police Command to know their reason for the continued barricade of the local government council secretariat after a court judgment against the tenure elongation of local government chairman. Now recall that on Monday, the Court of Appeal in Port Harcourt dismissed 2 appeals by the immediate past local government chairman for lacking merit. They were challenging the decision of High Court regarding the elongation of their tenure. In another development, former spokesperson of the PDP, Kola Olomoniyan, has faulted the National Executive Council of the party for failing to resolve the political crisis in Rivers State. Recall that the that Governor Fubara had accused the PDP of failing Rivers people. He said this when the Senate Committee on Privatization and Commercialization visited him last month. Speaking on Nigerian 4FM's Morning Crossfire, Mr. Olobodiyan agreed with Governor Fubara.
At the next meeting, Governor Fubara drew the attention of men to the fact that Rivers State ought not to have been included among the states where congresses will hold, because the issue of caretaker committee of the state had not been resolved. The national chairman of the party, Ambassador Umar Dabago, did say they are going to provide a political solution to the issue of the caretaker. Even as we speak today, nothing has been done in favor of Governor Fubara. The PDP has not related to Governor Fubara the way the party is relating with other governors.
Still to come, President Tinubu to meet with organized labor. Stay with us. We welcome back, and now the rest of the news. It was an atmosphere of joy and celebration as the people of Omoda community in Alo held a reception in honor of the caretaker chairman of Ikwere local government area, Darlington Orji, yesterday. The community also conferred a chieftaincy title of Okweme I of Omoda on Dr. Orji. Speaking after his coronation, Dr. Orji urged politicians to stop seeing politics as a do-or-die affair, but as a means to bring development to their communities.
We need to support His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State. There can never be two governors at a time. Today, His Excellency Sasemelala Fubara, Grand Service of Rivers State, is the executive governor of Rivers State. He's also the political leader of Rivers State. If you don't like it, you can travel. After 8 years, you come back. So for us, we are not afraid of any person. Let me assure you here, Fubara will win in Alo in 2027. Politics is not to kill your brother or your friend. Politics is for you to support whom you want to support. After all, they will ask you, what did you bring back home? Nobody can give Alo man on to go and kill another person for him.
Now, he promised to flag off the construction of 14 classroom blocks for the newly approved community secondary school Omoda next week.
I am going to build a 14 classroom block. I don't want to say I want to work, but let me tell Omoda people, as we start the project, any day the engineers that are working on that side is molested, I will pull them out of the site. Appoint people that will follow us. Chifere will always supervise that project on behalf of council. City chairman will be there and any other person. The project is Omoda project. If you support us, we'll finish it on time. If you don't support us, we will take the resources to another people that are looking for it. Because a lot of people are looking for attention.
Earlier, the paramount ruler of Omoda community is Gabriel Obaribeya, who spoke through a member of his Council of Chiefs, Eric Clement assured Dr. Orji of total support of Omoda to his administration. Away from that, President Bola Tinubu will meet with the organized labor in Abuja today for further discussions on the new minimum wage for workers in Nigeria. The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) says the meeting will be held at the State House, Abuja. The head of public affairs of the NLC, Benson Opa, said Labour would insist on its 250,000 naira proposal during the session with the president. In other news, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, Justice Olukayode Ariwoola, says the National Judicial Council has already activated the process of making errant judges who give misleading and conflicting judgment be made to face the consequence of their despicable and odious conduct. The CJN spoke at the inauguration of 22 justices for the Court of Appeal on Wednesday at the main courtroom of the Supreme Court of Nigeria in Abuja. He described their conduct as an embarrassment to the judiciary and would not be handled lightly.
There are people that I've helped. I pay their children's school fees. I pay their house rent. There are people that I've helped. I pay.
Now, part of those sworn in were the wife of the FCT Minister Suzette Nyesom Wike and Justice Donatus Okorowo of the Federal High Court, Abuja, among other judges. The federal government has declared that with the strategic measures aimed at addressing the high food prices nationwide, prices of the items would crash in the next 180 days on January 2025. It said the measures, which include the suspension of duties, tariffs, and taxes for the importation of certain food commodities through land and sea borders, as well as the importation of 500,000 metric tons of wheat and maize, would tackle the rise in food prices. We go on a short commercial break. containers have been used to transport cooking oil after carrying toxic chemicals without being cleaned properly between loads. The controversy has spread online as social media users express concerns about potential food contamination.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Now that's a wrap on the news this morning. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. Governor Fubara says he will rather resign than rule River State on his knees. The CJN has warned against conflicting judgments. And on the foreign scene, China is facing cooking oil contamination scandal. The news was edited by Chioma Ezenwafo. To reach the news team, send an SMS on WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifichu Monyele. Many thanks for listening.